All rise as the Fargo Police Department Honor Guard presents the colors. Please be seated. Welcome. Today we are going to swear in 2 new police officers to the Fargo Police Department, Officer Nathaniel Slack and Officer Jet Swantek. We will also recognize the promotion of Officer Christy Jacobson to the rank of Sergeant. This is an informal ceremony, so please, if you're a family of friends of either Christy or our new officers, please take as many photos as you want. You don't have to stay in your seat. There's lots of room to move around and take pictures. Also at the end, there's going to be lots of opportunity for you guys to come up and take pictures with your officers and Sergeant Jacobson as well. So very informal. When it's time to pin on the badge, if a family member wants to come up and do that, please do so. We don't need to know who you are. Just come on up and pin it on. If you struggle, it's okay. Take your time. Don't make them bleed. Before we begin the ceremony, what we'd like to do is show you a video of what Fargo police officers do on a day-to-day basis.
One important characteristic of a police officer.
You have to be hardworking.
You have to actually care about the people.
Sometimes you have to put your fears aside.
Being able to run towards danger when everyone else is running away.
At the end of the day, when I put on that badge, it's to serve and protect. That's what I'm here to do.
The thing I love most about Fargo has to just be the community. Everyone here is extremely supportive of what we do here. It makes our job a lot easier to interact with the public when the people appreciate what you do.
When I initially came here, I never had plans to stay. It was where I was going to go to college. And I ended up getting rooted here and just absolutely loving the people and my neighbors. It's kind of a diamond in the rough.
Here at the Fargo PD, we want our officers to keep learning. We want them to have room to grow professionally and individually while giving them room to move up the ranks. You know, we've really tried to go a different direction with our training and teach them how to be problem solvers and learn to think more on their own rather than just spoon-feeding them information.
Fargo really invests in their officers to help us with everything that we need to make sure that we get the job done.
You never have control over what's going to happen in the next minute. So just when you think that it's going to be a slow, quiet day, the next thing you know is you're rushing off to some huge incident. To be a police officer, you have to be able to do your job and do it well. You have to make quick decisions under pressure. You have to face danger. But at the same time, you have to care about the person you're trying to help and be able to help them through that situation that they're facing.
It means so much to me to be able to be that first person into a scene, the first person that they see and they look to for help.
With so much negative in the police world, when you can actually help a couple people, that's the biggest thing that keeps me going.
We will now begin with the ceremony, and at this time I would like to introduce the Chief of the Fargo Police Department, David Todd. Chief?
Good morning. I'd just like to welcome you this morning. It's great to see everybody. I might just take a second here to introduce some people that are joining us. Deputy Mayor Dave Pipcorn, my boss Bruce Grubb, City Administrator, and Assistant City Administrator Mike Redlinger. Thank you for joining us. Also, we have my upper command staff here, Deputy Chief Joe Anderson, in charge of Investigations Division, Deputy Chief Todd Osmondson, in charge of Administrative Division, and Deputy Chief Ross Brenner, in charge of our Field Services Division. We're going to start off this morning with recognizing a promotion that we've made within our department. So I will ask Christy Jacobson to please come up front. Christy Jacobson grew up in the suburb of Buffalo, New York. She studied theology and cross-cultural communication in college. Christy later joined the Army, serving in both Kosovo and Iraq as a linguist. Christy attended her peace officer training at Lake Region State College in Fargo and was hired with the Fargo Police Department in October of 2006. In addition to her time in patrol, Christy was assigned as the department's cultural liaison officer. After that, she was assigned to South High in Fargo as a school resource officer. On January 3rd of 2019, Christy was promoted to the rank of sergeant, is now assigned to the night shift. I will ask, Christy, is your husband coming to pin your badge on? Present the badge. And Deputy Mayor Dave Pipcorn would also like to shake your hands and congratulate you.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Sergeant Christy Jacobson of the Fargo Police Department. Well, again, thank you for coming this morning. In a few moments, our two newest members of the Fargo Police Department will be taking the oath of office. It's a special day for each of them and their families, as I know it was for me when I first started with the police department, and we all felt that excitement when we started, and finally got to become a part of the organization we had worked so hard to become a part of. Finally, after all that work, becoming a police officer. One of the important words to me is the word noble in describing the profession of a police officer. And I think it's a fitting word that encompasses the commitment of a person willing to step into the face of danger in order to protect and serve members of our community. Noble also describes a commitment to go the extra mile in our service to members of our community. When they're a victim of crime, when they've been involved in a traffic accident, when they're going through crisis. Pursuing an honorable and noble profession indicates, at least to me, that you feel called to this profession. And if you were called to this profession, it's what you've always been designed to do. If you feel this way about being a police officer, then you know you have to carry out your duties and responsibilities to the best of your ability. Nothing else will suffice. That's your responsibility to this profession, your calling. The quality standards we've put in place for ourselves are safety, courtesy, empathy, trust, and we'll hold ourselves accountable to those standards, but we'll also provide the training, equipment, and encouragement to develop in those quality standards. We want you to develop into the best police officer you can be. We want you to pursue and achieve your interests and goals within our department. We want you to be successful. Another important word or descriptor is the word family. We recognize you're coming from a family, but as we bring you into our organization and you get to know the wonderful people in this police department, it's our hope that you'll look at them as your extended family. If you invest yourself into this profession, your extended family here at the Fargo Police Department will be there for you when you need them. That is part of being a brother or sister in blue. This is not an easy profession. If it was easy, more people would do it, and it wouldn't be an honorable and noble profession. There will be difficult days, dangerous times, and heart-wrenching experiences. However, people who feel called to this profession wouldn't choose to do anything else. With the Fargo Police Department, you'll experience teamwork, a bond with your fellow officers, the satisfaction and exhilaration of making major arrests, the satisfaction of providing good service with empathy to the people that we serve. Your experience and satisfaction in this profession will come from your total investment in it. You will develop lifelong, tight-knit relationships with the people who will go through the door with you into the danger of the unknown. Back when I was in SWAT, we had a saying, and I think it applies to the profession of policing as a whole. All we want is all you've got. If you approach your policing career like that, you'll have no regrets and you'll serve honorably in this noble career. Our common purpose at the Fargo Police Department is this: we provide services that are driven by genuine care for our community, each other, and the laws we are trusted to uphold. So let me conclude with this, and I want the two of you to pay close attention to the oath you're about to take. What you're about to state should guide your actions every single day of your career, especially during the challenging times. The community we serve expects nothing less, and neither will your fellow officers that you're about to have the privilege of serving with. As a police officer, I'm incredibly proud to serve with each and every one of the people in this police department. And it is with that same level of pride that we welcome each of you to our ranks. On behalf of the entire staff of the Fargo Police Department, welcome and congratulations on becoming a Fargo police officer today. I now am going to introduce our two new officers and have them come up one by one. We'll start with Nathaniel Slack. Good morning, Nate. Nate is originally from Amherst, Ohio. He is a 2015 graduate of Ohio State University, receiving a bachelor's degree in criminology. Nate moved to Dickinson, North Dakota in January of 2017. He began his career in law enforcement with the Dickinson Police Department, serving 2 years as a patrol officer. Nate enjoys spending time with friends and family and anything outdoors related. He's also a die-hard Ohio State Buckeyes fan. I didn't hear any boos, so that's okay. Nate is extremely excited to be granted the opportunity to begin his future with the Fargo Police Department, and we'll see if we can't turn him into a Bison fan. Welcome, Nate. Jet Swantek, can you come up front, please? Morning, Jet. Jet grew up in Fargo, North Dakota and graduated from Fargo South High in 2014. Jet attended M State in Moorhead, Minnesota and received an associate's degree in criminal justice. In the summer of 2017, Jet attended the Law Enforcement Skills Program at Alexandria Technical and Community College. Jet recently worked in the community corrections field at Center Incorporated in Fargo, North Dakota. Jet worked in the federal pod. This will be Jet's first job in law enforcement. In his spare time, he enjoys working out with his best friends, riding motorcycle, and cooking for his girlfriend. Maybe we can turn that into cooking for his shift. Welcome, Jet.
Thank you, sir.
I will now ask Tom Shaw to come up and administer the oath of office.
All right, gentlemen, raise your right hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I state your name.
On my honor, I, Jet Swantek,
Do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the state of North Dakota and the city of Fargo.
the laws of the state of North Dakota, and the city of Fargo.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others
accountable for our actions.
accountable for our actions.
I will keep my private life unsullied.
I will keep my private life unsullied.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character,
I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character,
or the public trust in my position as a Fargo police officer.
or the public trust in my position as a police officer.
Very good.
I will now ask Deputy Mayor Pepcorn to join me as we issue them their badges.
Welcome, congratulations.
Our tradition in the Fargo Police Department, when we issue our new officers their badges, is they get to have somebody come up, or their whole family come up if they wish, to pin that badge. We'll start with Nate Slack's family, if they would like to come up. And this is a time where we encourage you to come up as a family to take some pictures, because it's a special time. Nate's parents drove from Ohio, helped him move from Dickinson to Fargo, and just barely beat the storm in. 8 hours of driving through the night to be able to do it. So it's a special time for them. It's important that they were here. Jet, I'll have you step forward, and you can have your family or family members come up and pin your badge on. As you saw, these officers already recited their oath of office verbally. Now they have to sign the documents, sign for that oath of office as police officers. So Sergeant Shaw is going to walk them through that. That's also a photo opportunity if you'd like. You can certainly come up and take pictures of that. If you could. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to our two newest Fargo police officers, Jet Swantek and Nate Slack. I'm going to also ask you gentlemen to step up a little bit, and Sergeant Jacobson, if you could join them too. Our tradition in the Fargo Police Department is once we've concluded our swearing-in ceremony or recognition of promotions, that we form a line of congratulations to congratulate people on their promotion and to welcome people into our department. So if you could join me in doing that, thank you.